So I want to share with you guys real quick the very powerful presentation in regards to the evolution of wealth building, right? So oftentimes we think about making money online. Everyone want to make money online, but building wealth, I want to show you guys through the ages how wealth has been created, and we're going to take a look on how every generation have created wealth, right? So first generation that created wealth was the agriculture era. So where in this particular area, land was wealth, right? Land ownership controlled everything. People who actually control the land had all the resources, right? Productivity advances. People started creating better tools, and basically different method yield more ways of producing more wealth, like fruits and vegetables. Different. Meats were being created through slaughter of cows and other animals, whatever. And so the concentration of wealth was controlled by the land owners and people who had labor that they actually monetize off of. So the second industry revolution was the industrial revolution. So this is basically when factories became really powerful, right? You had steam power, trains, you had factories, you had machines that started producing things other than just like manual labor. You had people working the machines to produce more things. You had the factory system, you had the transportation system, such as the railroads and the ships, and then you basically had capital growth, right? Industrialists accumulated wealth through that. You had the Rockefellers, you had the Carnegies, the Vanderbilts, you had different people in this era like creating a lot of wealth because they went all in on this industrial industry. So, in the 2000s, 99s, 90s, and 2000s, got the internet boom, right? So that's basically like people started creating money from like digital wealth, right? And so you had tech giants, right? Platform creators dominate the new economy. You had people who were doing like e-commerce, like drop shipping. That created like really online retail, transformed people from from stores, brick and mortar, to buying online. I mean, it became the world. The internet made the world small, meaning that I can sell something in the United States to somebody over in Dubai or different parts of the country at ease, right? People buying from us, right? Um, the well infrastructure basically became like building blocks of like digital economy. Like it really became easier. The internet did not care pretty much who you were; it just wanted what you had, right? And so with that, in the 2010s and greater, we started getting like the social media era, like influence marketing, I call it. So people who were influencers became creating more income, right? So platform founders, such as, all the platform founders, started with MySpace and Black Planet, all these other different companies out there creating, where people can have community, right? The founders created $1 billion network connecting people, right? That's when we became very powerful. Those who connected people, those who created startups are connecting people. Um, App developers. I remember people were doing like apps. Apps was a big thing. Apps back in the day was like I remember Apple was like going for $5,000, $10,000 because a lot of people knew how to do it, but a lot of people didn't know how to do it well, right? A lot of companies wanted to get an app on their phone. They wanted to get an app for their restaurant, their company, their business. Everybody wanted the app, and then I remember the content creators. They started building like personal brands, and they became like the influencers, reaching millions of people. Right, those brand sponsorships, right, and then you had digital marketers, right. So like ourselves, people who start to know how to monetize attention through targeted advertisements or advertisement online. So with those, errors, right? You would think, okay, great, right? You say you have the agriculture era, industrial era, internet era, right? Internet boom. So now you're like, okay, well, what else is there, right? Besides those three, right? Well, you got the social media. Boom. Everybody knows social media. Everybody's doing social media. This is social media, right? On this platform, is social media. But the next boom is the age of AI, right? Automation drives wealth. So let me explain to you guys. This is very important, right? So automation. So when you have a repetitive task that you do over and over and over, somebody answering the phone for you, someone actually, you know, um, you know, reading your emails or checking your, admin stuff, or writing a post for you, creating a post for you on social media. Those are repetitive tasks, right? Those repetitive tasks can be replaced through automation. Okay. So the intelligence system that learns and improves based on that information, it gets better and better, right? It never sleeps. It's super efficient. It produces, it makes improvements all the time. And AI basically it creates value. It creates new products. It creates great services, and within industries, right? So the I call AI the new AU. In terms of, you do chemistry, AU is gold. This is, I wouldn't call it the gold rush, because the gold rush was a period of time where people became millionaires, um, and people didn't make millions selling, getting gold. They made millions selling the tools. Well, we're in the reverse of that, right? People who actually understand how to use AI are going to be the ones that who adapt AI, are going to be ones that benefit from it. But the ones who actually understand the tool, you don't have to master AI. You just have to learn the tools. I tell people all the time, very important. Don't hate the players. Don't hate the game. Learn the rules and win. Just master the tools of what is needed, right? So a lot of people want to create like a chatbot or a voice AI. No, you have to focus on AI infrastructures, right? AI infrastructure is simply creating an entire system behind the things that a company actually needs for AI automation, right? Artificial intelligence, right? So there's sometimes people may feel like, well, I'm on a chatbot. No, you need more than a chatbot. You need something that's going to give you your calendar automation. You need something that's going to have workflow. You're going to need something that's going to actually give you leads, right? That you need for your business. And you need someone to make phone calls for you, or, as a matter of fact, receive phone calls from when you're doing out reach, out marketing reach, and so I think that's very important. So industry leaders on AI impact, right? So um AI will enhance workers, outperform peers, right? And so basically it's AI is going to basically 10x everything we do and make it better, right? So AI, the economist, states that by 2030, the global impact of AI is like $15.7 trillion economy. It's going to impact it that much. So what's going to happen is this: the work roles incorporating AI by 2025. It's about 40% of all jobs going to incorporate AI for 2025. So you may feel like, well, that's that. There goes my business. Or there goes my company. No, jump on the bandwagon. Understand. Learn. Don't hate the player. Learn the technology. Learn some of the things. Have somebody teach you some of these things. The CEO of Google said that AI is more profound than fire or electricity. Let me say that one more time. AI is more profound than fire or electricity. And those are pretty powerful things, right? We have to understand that it's just a tool. It's like, any other tool. You have to, like money, you have to be able to manage it, you know, um, basically take care of it, control it, don't abuse it, right? Use it for what it's worth, and make things happen with it, right? It's positive, right? So seize an opportunity, right? So one of the big things we tell people all the time is learn the technology, right? Understand the capabilities and the liability limitations. There are limitations in AI right now. There are still limitations. AI can't do everything, which is a great thing. You still need to be able to prompt certain things to utilize AI. There's certain things you need to be able to say to AI. Um, this is going to eventually start learning from itself, but it's something you need to do and apply, right? So you need to apply it to your field. So whatever industry you're in, if you're in the real estate industry, there are AI tools that you can use like right now. There's an AI tool that we saw recently that one of our clients was using. It was for people who basically do staging, and so those who do staging, that staging is cool. But now they had a company out there that was doing like virtual staging, like so you actually had a house in New York City or California, and it had furniture in it, and you're a realtor, and you're trying to list it, but it had all these other undesirable furnitures in it. There's a company that actually will wipe all that furniture out and make it empty. They make that room empty and actually add more furniture to make it look nice. Well, that was a thing. I mean, they were charging 35, $45 a picture, right? Now in ChatGPT 4.0, you can actually do that same business. If you want to create that, and the company still is around now, but if you want to basically create a business like today and say, "Oh, I'm in the business of doing this," you can go to ChatGPT 4.0 and basically reinvent that business model and do that same business and charge people $10 per a picture, $30 per picture, $20 per picture, $10, whatever, cheap. Or you can create packages, right? And so that's how you apply it to your field. You can find inefficiencies that, again, AI can solve. So you can scale your impact. So you can reach more customers with less effort. So one of the biggest things that, like, when you're doing like posts, like we create social media posts for our clients, right? They pay us for that. So you can also create social media posts for your clients. Now AI has videos, pictures, reels. You can do all type of things that are very humanistic, that are very good, that would give your clients the boost that they need as far as visibility, but less effort on your end. Just 5 years ago, we would either outsource or we basically have people creating posts for us all the time. Now we basically use AI and we do it in one day. It takes about 20 minutes to create posts for several months, right? Great posts with pictures and everything, right? So that's part of this create new value, right? So the biggest goal is about value, building solutions others will pay for. So you don't want to just build another like chat widget, right? And just to answer a couple things, you want to build something that's going to be an infrastructure that's going to change people's businesses so they don't have to work as hard. You want people to be able to rely on your expertise. This is why, as an AI consultant, you want to be in a position where you're bringing value to the marketplace with the tools that you can bring. You're not I tell people all the time, AI is a tool. So you come in as a consultant who happens to utilize AI as a tool to help 10x people businesses faster. Okay. Because a lot of these, especially local businesses, are not using artificial intelligence in anything, right? Yes, they may use the internet, they may use ChatGPT, but they're not using ChatGPT or other workflows to basically monetize their business, to grow their business. They're not using AI to optimize, or let me say this, to make their ads better to get them more clients. Okay, a lot of things have changed in the last 3 months, right? We're talking about this is the second quarter of 2025. A lot of things have changed since January. And so we should be, excited that we're in such a time as this to be able to utilize these things. So again, at the end of the day, you have to turn to build wealth. So we have to identify opportunities, right? Find problems AI can solve, right? I tell people all the time, you want to develop those skills, master relevant AI technologies, right? You want to create value by solving problems that matter. And the last thing is you want to take massive action and start building while others wait. The biggest thing the internet needs is speed. That's the biggest thing. The internet needs speed so fast, right? And so therefore, you know, I tell people all the time, you want to learn, do, and teach. And that's what we model on. Our model of our marketing agency. We basically we learn certain things, we do it. Because it's one thing of like learning it, but never doing it, right? So the things that we teach people in our training, our courses, we basically teach them what we're doing in day-to-day life, right? We're basically a marketing agency that focus on AI technologies to grow local businesses, even our own business. But we basically learn tools. We do the tools in our business and other people businesses, and then we teach it. That's our value proposition. Where some people would just do it for you, right? We show you how to do it as well. We work with you side by side and show you how you can create, some structures, some systems and scalability in your business where you can use AI as tools to grow. So if you're interested in that and this information, definitely click below. There'll be a button down just to kind of learn more information about what we're doing. We're having a little mastermind where we're going to show people how to use AI tools to grow their business, their personalized. If they want to be able to sell AI to other people, you can. But if you want to be able to use AI in your own business, please, that's something that we definitely encourage you to do as well. And this masterclass will definitely help you learn that and understand that. So looking forward to working with you guys. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Have a wonderful day.